Guys, what's up? So this just arrived from eBay, and what this is antique silverware, and I've never ever had any antique silverware in my collection, so this is my first. And I found this on eBay and I won it for $21.89. Shipping was probably $10, and it came with an original, it looks like an oak box, and it's quite beautiful. Now I just added the key because it was missing its key. And luckily, believe it or not, the key actually works with this box, which is quite interesting. There's a beautiful inlay with a brass like shield, and these little cornices or pieces in the corner. Now, I do not know very much about antique silverware, but I do know that this is a beautiful presentation. And look at this beautiful tufted pillow made out of like satin or silk. Look at that workmanship with velvet inside the box. And this must have once cost a pretty penny. Now, again, I'm no expert when it comes to antique silverware. This is my first set, and I'm not going to eat off of it. I'd be too afraid with the metals. Now, what I do notice is that some of these come in silver or silver plated, stainless steel, all sorts of different kinds of metals. Now, again, since I'm not an expert, I believe this is silver plated. Now, I think there was a law, even way back in the day, that silver or any kind of precious metal had to be marked with the content of the amount of precious alloy. Now, these have absolutely no markings whatsoever. Now, I looked on the back, I looked along the knife, I looked along the forks as well. Nothing, not even anything saying that it's silver plate or silver. Now the handles are quite interesting. They're tulip fluted, and I don't think they're bone. I think they're made out of, let me just hold it up to the light. I think they're made out of some kind of maybe early form of celluloid or plastic. Don't know, probably will never know. They could be bone. I could be wrong. Maybe you know, who knows. Now each of the pieces of cutlery have this beautiful etching in them, and it has a lovely pattern. But as you can see, it has seen way better days. They're heavily tarnished, and they have a lot of wear. Actually, let me take one of the forks out and show you how pretty this is as well. Look at that. People once were really very fancy. So what I want to do is I want to show this beautiful pattern without all this nasty looking tarnishing on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a product, two products actually, and it could go very wrong as I'm not an expert. But I have this cloth that I got on Amazon, and it's called Sabrina Silver, and you can purchase them on Amazon or on the Sabrina Silver website. One side is the buffing side, so the blue side is the side you'll buff the metal, and inside the cloth is actual silver polish that's infused inside the cloth. But I notice about these rags is I buy them all the time, and sometimes they don't have enough of the polish embedded in it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to place drops of Weiman silver polish onto the cloth, and you're going to watch me try to actually polish these silver plated utensils. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is shake this stuff up really well and put very little of it. Now, you don't want to do overkill because you need a little resistance. So if you put too much, it'll be like an oil slick, and you'll have trouble actually shining up your silver and getting the tarnish off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drop here and a drop here. And I put a little too much. I shouldn't have put that much, but what can you do? And the problem with silver plating is that silver plating actually, sometimes you can actually, because it's such a thin, like picture aluminum foil, but thinner than that. It's such a thin plating on the metal that it could actually take off the finish. So what I'm going to do is just go along the knife, and I'm not going to press very hard, but give it enough resistance so that the tarnishing and the discoloration starts to lift and come off this item. And so far, it's actually taking a lot of this nasty tarnish off. So as you can see, look how filthy. Look at all the tarnish that came off. So now we're going to use our buffing side. to try to take some of this paste off. And it figures my neighbor has to get out his weed whacker as I'm doing this. It's never a dull moment when you're doing a YouTube video, and somebody's got to be making a racket. Okay, look how shiny this is. I don't know if you could see this, but this is way more beautiful than it was. Let me try to, very hard to get my camera to focus on this pattern because it's glass-like. I don't know if you can see that now. There we go. So as you can see, this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole entire set, and you're going to see the before and after. Stay tuned. Okay, so I finished 4 of the spoons already. So I'm going to show you a comparison of before the Weiman and the Sabrina silver polishing cloth and after. Look at how much better and how much shinier they are now. So that's how you can polish your antique silver plate or silver. Basically, get that cloth. There's going to be a link in the description below for the Sabrina.com cloth and for the Weiman's silver polish. This is the best silver polish actually I've ever used out of all the brands. Now, as far as these pieces go, these little cutlery knives and forks, I don't know how old this set is, but I do know it's at least from the 1890s and as early as the 1840s. I did some research. Now, these are not marked. Markings would have helped me. A lot of this stuff was from Sheffield in England or London or Birmingham. And in America, American merchants would get them shipped in from England to be sold. Now, these are, I believe, close plated instead of electroplated. And the earlier pieces were, from what I read, were close plated. I stuck a magnet to it and it stuck. I mean, really stuck. So there must be some kind of like iron underneath here that the metal, the base metal, or some kind of steel. So it's quite interesting. All right, guys. So once again, thank you for joining me on another one of my little restoration journeys. And you'll see a link in the description below for the products I used for the video. And thank you so much. And I'll see you guys all soon. So long.